Hey guys, we are back and I'm super excited because today's the day we get to rip open these silicone molds and see how our Pokeballs turned out. These have been sitting out for about a day and a half now and they still look really shiny. It almost looks like you could touch it and get sticky fingers. You even see bubbles forming on the top here. However, this silicone has fully cured and should be completely rubber. Ooh, check this out. So this was our leftover silicone and you can see it just peels right out of the bowl and leaves the bowl almost as clean as when we started. It's almost like a rubbery skin, super stretchy. Look at that. Well, as cool as this is garbage and we can throw that away. The time has come to extract our Pokeballs, and I don't think we're gonna be able to get these silicone chunks straight up and out. They've created a vacuum seal and that's gonna be nearly impossible. Now to clean up these edges, we can just take an X-Acto knife and just kind of carve around to clean everything up a little bit. Now obviously we're not gonna be able to pull this thing all the way to the bottom, so we're just gonna take this and pull them off the base plate. There we go. The hot glue served its purpose, so we can peel that away. Oh man, the friction, that's really tough. You know, it might be best if I just cut this thing with a hacksaw. There we go. With the acrylic cut, we can just split it open, set it off to the side, and there is our rubber plug. So there we go, you can see we've got a solid chunk of silicone now. The acrylic is fully removed, and on the bottom, all we have is this layer of hot glue and then our Pokeball inside. So let's use something like an X-Acto knife to slowly carve away the silicone to see if we can extract the Pokeball and salvage ourselves a silicone mold. And we gotta make sure we don't scratch up the actual Pokeball itself, because it doesn't belong to me. I'm making some good progress here. There we go. Yeah, it makes me wonder. Oh yeah, so looking inside here, it looks like we did get some little air bubbles along the ridges, which is a little bit too bad, but it's definitely something we can work with. All right, down to the last piece here. Yeah. All right, one side has released. We can get the rest of the ball out just by simply peeling the silicone away and then gently prying the ball back. We had a little silicone that went underneath the hot glue, and there it's released. In almost as good a condition as it went in, there's a chance that even with these imperfections, we still be able to cast it and it will come out fairly clean. So I'm just gonna stop there, we're gonna call it good, and theoretically we should be able to put this thing back together, and now we've got a little hole where we can pour in anything that we want and cast ourselves our own little Pokeball. I like having the rocks in there because it adds weight, and I can probably just set this on my bookshelf and leave it kind of as a centerpiece. That's really cool. Now we've got these two halves, when we press together, it creates a little opening in the top where we can pour in anything that we want and make ourselves our own little Pokeball. So this is pretty much gonna be the same deal as the last one, but I gotta be a little more delicate. There we go, I can feel that letting go now. And boom, there's our ball, salvaged. Now this is kind of cool. Look down inside here, and inside the mold you can actually see all the battle wounds, the battle bruised Pokeball wounds, which is going to translate into our castings when we make them. So that look kind of cool. There we have it, mold number 2, good to go. You see the thing causing us problem was the silicone was hanging up in these little gaps here. Those aren't completely airtight, unfortunately. Does it still work? It still works. Look at the way the silicone actually seeped inside the Pokeball and collected all these rocks. Silicone has this amazing way of creeping into every place that is not completely airtight. The nice thing is though, it cleans up very easily. It doesn't make that big of a mess. The electrical cords actually got sucked right into the silicone. And now they are rubberized. We're free. Got most everything out here now. So this is pretty cool, guys. And now that we got ourselves a Pokeball mold, what do you want to see me do with it? I had one idea I thought might be fun, so I went down to the store and picked up a couple of colored candles. So all that's left to do now is take this wax and throw it in a pot so we can melt it down, pour it into these molds, and then let it sit overnight. So tomorrow we can open these things up and see what kind of results they actually produce. And if it actually works out, I've got an idea for a future project that might be a lot of fun. So there you have it, guys. We successfully extracted our Pokeballs from the silicone, and now we've got a couple of molds filled with wax, and you'll find out in another video exactly how they turn out. And Devin, you'll be happy to know I got your ball back out scratch-free. It's come back your way. And to everyone else, thanks so much for joining me for this experiment. I'll be looking for you in the next video. Talk to you then. We got the chocolate bar out and the silicone cleaned up, and now we've got a custom silicone mold for making Snicker bars.